Patrick, the defense is obviously playing a lot better, and yesterday we talked to Mackenzie Alexander, and he's, everyone's kind of new in that secondary, and he mentioned, we're getting used to each other, and do you feel like that's been part of it too, that you're really playing together?
Yeah, but I feel like we're gelling, right on course. Early on in the year, not really being on the same page, and now, the last 3 to 2 weeks, really not really allowing the offenses to explore the deep ball, really been respecting the deep part of the field. Now it's just, now we have to just continue to gel better as a group, as far as when it comes down to communication with the crowd noise, understanding sudden changes in the game, and all of that stuff. So, but I think we're moving along quite well.
I know you prepare for every team you play because they do different things, but do you also just prepare by doing your stuff over and over again? Is it a lot of times the coach says we have to play our game? That's
right. That's what camp is all about, making sure everybody can get dialed in with their responsibilities, with their jobs. And I think, we did a great deal of that, throughout camp. Coach did a great job making sure that we got plenty of looks in certain situations, different checks, so, now that the season is here, to me, I believe it comes easier, now that we're able to watch film, knowing what an offense can give us in certain sets versus just going out there playing defense in camp, not really having the opportunity to game plan. So I believe it's much easier for us now. We just still have a lot of things to clean up, and hopefully we clean up those things and not have those mistakes pop up on tape this week.
Patrick, how familiar were you with Everson Griffen's game before he came back? Obviously, I'm sure you've seen him from afar. Maybe you shared a Pro Bowl together. But I guess what have you learned from just seeing him up close?
Man, he's an animal. Have an opportunity to play against, the Vikings through in my years in Arizona. He's a sack daddy for a reason. He finds a way to get to the quarterback. He's very ferocious, nonstop, has that motor that never dies, so always been a fan of his game. And as a cornerback, when you have defensive linemen like that have that relentless effort to get to the quarterback, it makes our job that much easier. So definitely when we signed him, when he came back, I was like, he definitely made the secondary a lot better.
There's always a big difference to having Anthony Barr in practice and then having him in a live game. Mm-hmm. What was the biggest difference that you noticed for you guys out there with him in there?
Well, obviously the 6'3" monster that wears the jersey number 55, or however tall Anthony is, his presence alone, just having him out there in the field, knowing that, he understands the defense, understands how it needs to be ran, the different checks and things like that. Not saying that Nick wasn't doing a great job, because he was, playing unbelievable for us, the time that Anthony was out, but having Anthony back out there, it's kind of a change of pace, hearing a different voice in the huddle now. Like I said, someone that been in the system for 8, 9 years now, so he understands the ins and the outs, understand, the stadium, the crowd noise, how to get everybody, settled back in and things like that. He just has a better understanding of the defense for sure.
In terms of the settled back in, I think Andre Patterson said he's also a calming presence, and I know you always say you like cruising altitude.
Yeah.
So is that kind of a like-mindedness for you?
Oh, no doubt about it. Like it was in the game, a moment never got too high, even in that, that last drive that we had to, bow up and make a stop. Everybody still was cool, calm, and collective, because, we've been in that situation throughout camp, want that situation throughout camp, so we was expecting to win that situation in that moment. Obviously, we didn't, but at the same time, it's just how you have to be. You can't have, running around with your like a chicken with your head cut off, or, in a panic mode, because that's when everything else have the opportunity to go into a disarray.
Now, when you look at their receivers, Robbie Anderson as a vertical threat, what kind of a stress does he put on the secondary just with his downfield speed?
Yeah, Robbie is a very elusive guy, especially when he the speed that he has the ability to take the top off the defense, have the ability to run past any defensive back if you don't get hands on him at the line of scrimmage. And DJ Moore is more of a gadget type guy, possession type receiver. He's a receiver in the running back's body. He takes pride in the yard after catch. All those guys do. Then you got the rookie Terrence from LSU. Is fitting right along well in that receiver group as well. So. It's probably going to be one of the better all-around groups that we've seen so far throughout the season. We know we got our hands full. These guys have a little bit of everything. Like I said, you got the fast receiver in Robbie, you got the possession receiver in DJ, and you got Terrence pretty much going to be lined up everywhere, X, Z in the slot. He's kind of like the wild card, so we have to make sure that we're on our P's and Q's because these guys do a lot of motioning. A lot of window dressing, so we have to make sure that we're on the same page at all times going into that game on Sunday.
Then if you add McCaffrey to that, what kind of responsibility?
Exactly, that's a whole nother element. You know what I mean? So McCaffrey, I believe, did he play last week?
No.
Yeah, this is his first game back, so it's going to be interesting to see how to use him. I don't even know what injury he has, but it's going to be interesting to see how to use him. Being missing the last 2 weeks, but we know he's a very important piece into that offense. So, like I said, we have our hands full. They got talent all over the board, and we just have to make sure that we're able to go out there and execute the game plan.
It seems like defenses have gotten some pressure on Darnold the last couple of weeks. What have you seen just from how he's reacted to that, and what kind of opportunities that might present you guys?
Well, no quarterback likes anyone around their feet or any pressure in their face. And that's what teams has been doing a really good job over the last 3 weeks. The first couple of weeks, they was kind of aerating the ball, getting the ball out fast. And I don't know what changed with the offense, but teams started collapsing the pocket a little bit more, putting pressure in his face, making his feet happy. And like I said, no quarterback likes to be uncomfortable in that manner. So our guys up front, going to have to do a great job of getting hands in his face, collapsing the pocket, making his feet happy, because any quarterback that has happy feet, can result into a bad decision. So, as a defense, like I said, we have our hands full because these guys got talent all over the board. But if we go in there and do our job to the best of our ability, everybody doing their assignment, I think we can make it pretty rough for these guys.
Couple more, Pat.
Hey Pat, from a veteran perspective, what would a win mean Sunday? Kind of, given the ups and downs of the season so far, getting to 3-3 at the bye.
Getting a win going into the bye is always huge. I believe it helps build the team morale. You go into the bye week feeling a little bit better about yourself. Then you have opportunity to regroup and recruit, rejuvenate, your body and get back healthy for the second half of the season. Getting a win going into the bye week is nothing like it. You know what I mean? So, we definitely plan on getting this win. We're going to do everything in our power to go out there and execute the game plan to tally up enough points and gather up enough stops on defense to get the dub. But this will be huge. To get right back at 500 before we go into the bye week.
So the past three opponents is 17 or fewer after.
Say it one more time, sorry.
You've had past three opponents 17 or fewer points. First 2 weeks 30.5 a game. I think is that the difference between home? Is that gelling together? Is it multiple things?
I believe it's just having the opportunity. You got to think. We didn't play a whole preseason. The entire preseason. As a unit, as a group together. So we knew those first couple of weeks were going to be a filling out process, getting the opportunity to see what guys can do in games, certain situations and moments. And I think we kind of figured that out within those first 2 weeks. And now it's just all about building on it. And I believe we're going in the right direction right now. So, we have still a lot of things to clean up, but we also have a lot of things that we can build on to help propel us throughout the rest of the season. All right, guys, have a great day.
Thank you.
All right.